Hi, Carnivore friends. Welcome back for day 35. I cannot believe it's day 35. I can't believe I've got 5 days left until this little challenge is over. That's so crazy. But thanks for sticking with me. And you know what? A lot of times I talk to y'all and I'm like, hey, ladies, and ladies this and ladies that. I feel absolutely shameful. I've never acknowledged a gentleman. I was checking my analytics the other day, and I've got actually more gentlemen listeners than I do ladies. So, gentlemen, I'm sorry for ignoring you. Thank you for being here. And I hope that any of all this journey helps you too. All right. Anyhow, so yeah, I've had a bit of a day, guys. First of all, I just didn't get enough sleep last night. So I felt a bit wonky, and that always kind of like throws me off. Um, it was my 8th day in a row at church. And an absolutely amazing time at church. But I got really thrown off the rails after church. I Now this is interesting to me because it was like a day of celebration. Like I've had this amazing week, been just totally impacted by the Lord, and just feel so blessed. And I'm not trying to blame it on the devil. Maybe it is. Maybe I just didn't resist temptation properly, which could be a thing. But honestly, just blame it on my own self. I think what it is like I'm used to celebrating with food, right? And so I got out of church and I was really hungry because I didn't have time to eat breakfast. Okay. I'm going to back up. The first mistake I made, and I do mean this, it was a mistake. I got up this morning and I was going to make some coffee to take with me to church, right, guys? And the thing is, I thought, oh, you know what? Maybe just as a treat, I'll put honey in my coffee like I used to instead of allulose. Famous last words, guys. So I put the honey in, and honestly, it didn't even taste as good as it used to. So I didn't really enjoy it that much more. But what I realized is how good allulose actually works, because normally I can have a little allulose in my coffee and I'm right as rain, It doesn't trigger cravings in me. I don't it doesn't seem to be a trigger for me, but that honey was. It triggered sugar cravings. It made me hungry even when I wasn't hungry. I just got all kind of squirrely. So this is a learning lesson, okay? Then after church, I was craving fruit so bad. And so I went and bought a bag of frozen mangoes, and I'm like, I can regulate myself. It's just mangoes, you know? And I kind of discovered I can't regulate myself around mangoes. And here's the thing. I've had a little bit of fruit on this journey, but it's not been really sweet. It hasn't been high sugar fruits. It's been like low sugar fruits, right? It's been like a couple of berries or things like that. And then occasionally I think I had watermelon like a time or two early on. But I've not had like sweet fruits really that much that I can recall. And so, man, that mango just, it like did something to me. And I anyway, guys, I learned it was a mistake. I don't think I'm ready to invite that kind of fruit back into my world. I ate that whole dang bag of mangoes. Now, it wasn't a giant bag, but it was big enough. It was more than one serving, I'll tell you that right now. So I fell off the rails a bit today, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. Not ideal, but also, again, I think what I love about this journey is that y'all are keeping me real. Second of all, in the past, if I had a day where I fell off of whatever plan I was trying to do, I would have gotten all depressed. I would have like gotten all guilty and shame ridden, and I would have chastised myself enough to where I just felt extra bad about it. And then I would have just given up and just like eaten, whatever, and just stopped. I would have quit. That's the point I'm making. I would have quit. And I'm just not going to do that. I'm human, whatever. I learned something from it. I don't need honey in my coffee. I'm fine with a little allulose on the days I have coffee, okay? It actually works quite well. It tastes quite well, and it doesn't trigger freaky cravings in me. So that is something learned. Next thing learned is I can't regulate around mangoes. Another thing I learned, guys, is okay, so when I want like something crunchy, I usually will have pork rinds. And sometimes I have flavored. Most of the times I have flavored because I'm not a huge fan of the plain ones. It's just not, doesn't float my boat. So usually I'll get like a tahini or just like spicy ones, right? Okay, so those things though, they're good, but they're not so good that I can't like chill around them. So when I have pork rinds, like I'll have a bag last me like 3 months. It takes me a while to get through a bag. And sometimes, honestly, I'll even not finish a bag and they'll get all stale before I can like eat them all. Okay. Okay. So I was like, you know what would be a nice snack? And I want something crunchy is some of those Parmesan crisps, Parma crisps. I don't know what is with me, but I couldn't control myself around those dang Parmesan chips either. And now, mind you, they're very actually low calorie. They're decently low calorie. It's not, they're not that dangerous in the sense of like 2 servings is 240 calories and there's a bunch of protein, there's calcium, there's healthy fat in there. But I just don't like the idea of being around things or bringing things into my home that trigger excessive eating in me. I don't do that with a hamburger. I don't do that with like, chicken. I don't do that with proper carnivore foods, non-processed foods and non-sugary foods. So, I really learned that, you know what, I don't need the snacks. You know what I mean? I'd rather just not have them. So, two things about the fruit that are noteworthy, okay? I ate the fruit, I got a violent headache. I'm just not used to sugar, and I got a major, what I would call a sugar headache, because it was bad, guys. Like, it took me out for several hours, and I had to take a Tylenol. No, I took it to leave. Anyway, the point is, I had to take something for it, and I'm not a medication girl, so that was unfortunate. What else? Oh yeah, but here's another thing about the fruit. So eating those mangoes, the funny thing is, it made me feel it didn't tear me up too bad. I didn't notice like a ton of inflammation or anything, but what I did notice is that just that amount of sugar made me feel a little queasy. And all I could think about was like, oh my gosh, I just want a hamburger right now. So it kind of actually made me crave meat, where in the past, eating savory things would have made me crave sweet. But now sweet makes me crave savory. And so I think my palate has adjusted quite a bit to just being like more of a savory, um, a savory food gal. So that's something. That's progress. We'll just chalk that up to progress. Okay. So yeah, honey and coffee. I'm reading my notes, y'all. I got to keep myself on point. Okay, so honey and coffee backfired for sure. Triggered cravings. Made me realize how good that allulose really does treat me. It does not spike me up. So I think that really is a great substitute on the days I have coffee. Okay, fruit can't manage. That backfired on me. High sugar fruit in particular. Berries don't do that to me. But that mango, y'all, it had my number. Yeah, that headache was no joke. So yeah, we're learning. I also felt a little dehydrated. So the headache, it didn't actually completely go away when I took the leave. So I realized I probably was dehydrated also. So I drank a bunch more water and my headache went away and I'm feeling normal again. So I think I really need to be on point with water. That happened to me the other day. And there's a secret spy little incident that happened. I don't know, it's not secret spy, but I just keep forgetting to tell you guys. There is a little incident that I have yet to report to you. So this was several days ago. So it was after the last day of my 3-day fast, my bone broth fast, where I just had 2 cups of bone broth a day, nothing else. Oh my gosh, you guys. I woke up the morning after that 3rd day with a horrific leg cramp. You guys, I don't know if you're familiar with Charlie the horse, but he sucks. Pardon my language. Is that language? I don't know. To me it is. Anyway, he's horrible. He is horrible. Charlie Horse. I absolutely hate that guy. Okay. So I had like literally, guys, it sounds kind of stupid, but I'm like afraid, like almost deathly afraid of leg cramps because they hurt so freaking bad. It feels so out of control. It's so painful, and there's nothing you can do about them. And then once they pass, your leg is so sore for like days. It's like a muscle injury. I hate it. And I've had very few problems with this while eating carnivore. The only time I ever really do is if I don't have electrolytes or am dehydrated. I think I did both of those things on that day 3. I wasn't really drinking a lot of water, especially on that 3rd day. So I really learned my lesson on that, guys. Do yourselves a solid, carnivore people. Just keep up on water and electrolytes, and you really will be able to like prevent that from happening. However, I did discover something in my uh, what's the word? In my dilemma. I found an interesting solution. Somebody had told me online, I was doing a little research, that a topical cream of magnesium placed on the area of cramping actually absorbs faster and can help prevent leg cramps better than even electrolytes. So let me show you what I got. Okay, guys. So this stuff, it's weird because I just found, I think I got Walmart. Zentos, kind of a funny name. It's technically for your feet, but I don't care. Anyway, it's overnight magnesium foot cream. It's called Muscle Support, soothes tired and sore feet. So it's technically for your feet. And I did have a little tension in my feet too. Also, I just had a repetitive strain because I was doing a lot of like standing on cement and a lot of walking and a lot of exercises last week. Okay. So it has arnica and boswellia. So I guess that's some type of herbal concoction. Doesn't look like there's anything else too scary in here, but it has the magnesium. I put this on just just a tiny bit, like a teardrop, maybe, I don't know, what's it, like a popcorn size kernel of like cream on the back of my leg. And I've been sleeping with that each night. I think those herbs make you a little tired because I'm really sensitive to things like that. So it does make me a little tired, but that's actually helped me. Anyway, it's helped I could feel it. It removes that soreness from my leg, and I haven't had any more cramps. And so my paranoia is starting to die. I think I might actually sleep in more peace tonight because, guys, I literally get afraid to sleep after I get those cramps. Like, I hate them so much. And maybe I'm just a wimp and it doesn't affect other people like this, but I'm just trying to tell you this because this has been a part of this carnivore journey. And if I can spare you that kind of obnoxiousness by telling you all this, I'm going to do it. Anyway, this is my little product that helped me. So, I don't know. Maybe there's something similar. And it's not even magnesium stearate, which was what was recommended. It's magnesium chloride, but whatever, it works. It works. That's all I got to say. Okay. So that's that. So really focusing on hydration more. I've been decently bad at that, guys. So this is like what I would call this day is like an educational stumble or three, but we're working it out. I have started to think about what after the 40 days looks like. Obviously, I haven't really done this 40 days perfect, but that is kind of almost an inspiration to what I'll do after. I am thinking after the 40 days is up that I might do 7 days of a BBBE challenge and just truly do it a challenge where I have 7 days of just beef, butter, bacon, eggs. Keep it really simple. No coffee, no cheating, no fruit, none of that nonsense. And just keep it super simple, water and electrolytes, and just done. You know what I mean? I just feel like I should do that. So that's kind of maybe what to look forward to is like me doing a proper challenge where I'm not getting crazy with the cheese whiz and falling off track. Because I've kind of gotten loose. I've gotten a little relaxed. And I think it's because I'm feeling so good. It's like, oh, I can do whatever. I can have some stuff. And I think it's a bit of a trap. You know what I mean? The reason I'm feeling so good is because I've been mostly staying on point. It's because I've been eating this way. So it's like, why would I stop doing that? Anyway, the human mind, man. You can talk yourself into all a load of crap, guys. Sorry, I don't know what's with the language today. I think it's because I'm tired. I get a little, Anyway, so that's really all I have to report, which is good because it's already up to almost 15 minutes. So I'm having my San Pellegrino, guys. I am just continuing with water tonight. I already had one thing of Element electrolytes earlier in the day, the lemonade flavor, really diluted. That's another thing. I don't mind the flavor electrolytes. They don't do weird things to me. But I've noticed that I want them super diluted, where in the beginning stages of this journey, I wanted them sweet. Now I don't. And that's great. So we're making progress there. But I just hope you have a blessed day tomorrow. I hope you had a blessed day today. Stick with me and thank you for being there. Whoever you are, ladies, gentlemen, hopefully no Charlie horses are watching. I hate them, you guys. They're the worst. Anyway, I'm really got to stay up on drinking water. So be blessed. Don't be stressed, and keep eating your steak. Real quick, if you want to know what I ate today, I had a taco bowl with taco seasoned ground beef, melted pepper jack cheese on top, and a big dollop of sour cream. Big bowl of that. Obviously, I had a whole ton of fruit. And what else did I have? I had really not that much else. I had a meat stick. I had a couple of deli turkey slices wrapped around a couple of slices of bacon. And I might have like a similar snack, for like a super late dinner because I didn't really eat dinner. And those Parmesan crisps, you guys. Not too many, just a handful, whatever was left in the bag. And that was that. Oh no, I did have a yogurt. I apologize. I had a yogurt. Yeah, that's okay. I guess I'm going to keep talking. So there's one more thing that's important about what happened today. Here's what I also learned, guys. When I start off the day by triggering sweet cravings with that honey and being tired, this always triggers cravings in me and an insatiable appetite. So I really can't stress the importance of rest and proper night's sleep, okay? Which I'm going to aim for tonight. But how you start your day is so important. That I know for sure for me. So it's like, if I start with a nice, savory, meaty breakfast, I'm set up, I'm dialed in, and I'm not like, I feel satiated, so I'm not hungry a bunch. My first meal yesterday was so satiating. I didn't even think of food until like hours and hours later. Today was the opposite of that. I just felt hungry all day. And I do think it's partially fatigue, but I think it's partially that I kind of jacked my program up by eating all that sugar early in the day. No bueno. All right, that's it. That's what we learned today. I'll be back tomorrow. And I'm going to really try to lock it in tomorrow and not be a dingleberry since there's only 5 more days of this particular challenge. I got to stay on point. Thanks for being with me, guys. Have a great night. Praying for you. God bless.